Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is going to be the P2 guide for Mythic Sark for us. We already pretty much prog P2, but I wanted to just get a video with the raid plan down just so you can reference it at any point if there are any questions and you need to go over it. Or if we get any new people or we use this on a reclear, it's just good to have it. So really we'll want to be getting the boss to about 45% or under. 43 is like absolutely ideal at the end of P2. But that's going to be the goal here. P2 is all about positioning, ad management, and managing kicks, stuns on the ads. The only mythic change is there's a mythic ad, and it if it gets cast off, it pretty much wipes the raid. So let's go ahead and look at what the platform is going to be looking like as we come into P2. You notice there's the triangle and moon on the upper left here that we place our beautiful little swirlies in. And as we come out, we have our range stack just to the right of those, and we have our melee and tank stack around diamond, as close to diamond as you possibly can, because melee you're going to be baiting those flowers, those blossoms. So there is the first breath. Range we're going to move, melee going to move, but melee you're going to try to get back and bait those blossoms right where the ads are going to be spawning. We do have the interrupt order. I won't mention it on the video, but in the raid we have it in the note. After this, we're going to get our first bomb set. There's going to be the two healers that are going to grab these, since there's not a whole lot of damage going out here, and this is when we're going to be doing a lot of damage with our haste buff from coming back up on the ads. So range, we're going to do our bait to the right. Dark to Drew, you're going to grab your bombs and go ahead and go down. Range, you're going to get back into position to bait the second breath, and melee, you'll be getting the second death blossom. You want to put these close to, or on top of, as close to the previous death blossoms, right? It's trying to get as much of the platform management as we can. So we're going to bait the breath. Dark into Drew, you're going to be down. Same thing all over again. Get a new set of ads. Going to do our thing. At this point, we're going to get the Dispel. Oh, I think I missed the other Dispel here too. But we do have a Dispel in between there. Basically you need to act like you're the cue ball playing pool, and you knock the range in a safe line, in between here. So the second knockback, we're going to be gating. So knockback is here. Remember, you line yourself up with the gates, so that way when it goes off, you're going to knock the range into the gate, and they can gate back and then bait the next set of bombs. These two bombs are going to be our warlocks. And then range, we don't really have to move too far back here for this next breath. As long as we're kind of baiting this last breath inside this main quadrant here. So we're going to get the first death blossom, or the last death blossom, I'm sorry, breath. And then we're going to move over. At this point, we're going to have one last dispel. And we're going to have the last set of ads. So ideally here, let's replay that. Ideally, we could actually have range just go up in the melee stack at this point, or whoever ends up getting the dispel debuff. We're going to dispel after we kill the ads, and then we're just going to try to knock everybody towards the middle. We want to basically be in a position to where once we kill the ad, we're going to be stacked right next to these last two death blossoms. And the reason for that is we're all going to be going downstairs in the intermission between P2 and P3. So we have to be precise here because we all need to go down at the same time. If one person goes down a little bit too early and places their black hole before everyone else, you basically kill the raid. So I'll be doing a countdown here, and as soon as I finish the countdown, we'll be going in and kind of zigzagging a little bit as we go through. So Sark starts to phase into P3, And there's a very specific set of things that Xert and Therapy need to do in this intermission, but everyone else, you don't have to worry about that. I'll be speaking to Xert and Therapy after this on the side. But essentially, Xert is staying up to bait the only pillar for P3. So Xert is staying up. He's going to get a bop from Therapy. We're all going to be going down. So there's Xert. He's going to run on up there to bait that one pillar for us while we all go inside the puddle here and we all go downstairs at the same time. That is the entirety of P2. And I definitely wanted to give you all just a quick video sample of what P2 actually looks like here. Just the last portion here, just the intermission. I wanted to show you kind of what this looks like as everybody goes down, because that could be confusing, right? So here you can see the last set of Desolate Blossoms go out. Last set of ads are up, and you see the Infinite Duress, which is the last dispel here. We don't really need to dispel this until all the ads are dead. If we get to a point where the ads are cutting it very, very close, what we can do is still have that person come back here and knock the melee and range stack towards the middle, like you see here. See how this person is positioning themselves behind the raid. They're going to be knocking ranged and melee into a safe spot, not into the pools, not way over to the right, but just basically into this inner circle. So they actually end up dispelling before they kill the last ad, which is totally fine, as long as they clean up that ad. And they have the Liquid Weak Aura that actually does tell you to go down. If you have the Liquid Weak Aura pack, it will count down for you as well. And so here you watch their entire raid. They get a Windrush totem. We could do that. We can have a roar. I'll make sure I get something assigned for this. And they all run into these pools right in between, so they get stacks twice as fast. And you'll notice when they go down, they stack all their little pools. This mage blinked, but they stacked all their pools all on top of each other inside of that thing. So at this point, the entire raid is staying downstairs until those pillars come down on Xert. And at this point, we're just going to have Xert go ahead and do a countdown to stay to come up. So you see in the upper left here, there's one pillar, and that was from Xert. And they all come up as soon as that pillar drops in the ad spawn, and they start P3. So stay tuned. There's going to be a P3 video after this. Thanks a lot, everybody.